spice in my. There you go. What is in your mouth? What? What art thou? What is?
I'm a whole Floridian now, so I had to get with the times. That's it.
I don't know if I like it.
You'll be all right.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shakara Monique, and welcome to another episode of Nothing Else to Do. I am your host, your friendly neighborhood entertainer, Shakara Monique, and I got my bro with me, Mr. J Fields, and we are excited. I am so excited about this episode. I've been waiting.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I've been waiting for this day. So I am so excited. But before we bring in our special guest, let's go ahead on and talk about how our week went and what we got going on this weekend. Thank you for the follow. What is that? Obi Yarn Kenobi? Who's that?
Oh, he's a fashion designer. He's done 2 of Jesse's fashion shows. So
dope. Thank you for following. I saw that. Thank you so much. Okay, Pooh. What's? Let me stop. Let me be professional. J Fields, how was your week and what do you got going on this weekend?
Man, my week was actually pretty hectic as far as work. As Rihanna would say, work, 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 work. That's all I do. Outside of getting, some of that. I'm a Floridian now, but other than that, tapped in with my band, the Deja Groove Band, and coming back in May to go kill that show. So I've been in virtual rehearsals for that. And yeah, just vibing out, on the phone with my kids, making sure they know their father is still alive, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, and this weekend, I'm hosting what up, Donovan? This weekend, tomorrow, actually, I'm hosting a karaoke here in the community. So that should be fun. And yeah, we're gonna make something shake a little bit.
That's dope. I had a regular work week full of rehearsals though. Had a lot of rehearsals. Still rehearsing for my music video, which I'm shooting in 2 weeks.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. So I'm excited about that. And then I am Saturday, I am singing at Noir Hampton. I get to do BGVs for Mr. Christopher Williams.
Amazing.
And
I got you, bro.
I get to sing my song.
Oh, really? For real?
Yes.
Let's get it.
I'm excited. You want to be in what video? Let me be in that video. What video are we talking about, bro?
He probably talking about your time.
The music video. Everybody's trying to get in the music video. It's only ladies in this music video this time. It's just music videos. I mean, it's just a dance video. I tried to, I have my dude, but he was unavailable. Yes, I did. Because Dev tried too. I was like, no, it's just ladies.
Okay.
The next video.
Yes.
This was just, it is what it is. But I don't want to waste no time.
Let's get into it.
Let's get the fellas in here. So let me. Hold on. I need my fellas to go ahead on to send me some requests because I don't see them in the request box no more. So if James and Mr. Aaron Victor, you guys,
AKA Mr. Black is the brand. What's happening? Yes, Lord.
I'm trying to be a leading man to somebody. You say less. Say less. I already got you.
I can't.
Say less. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy right there.
What's up, Fozzie D? What's going on? Hello.
We got the fellas coming in. The fellas are coming in.
Hey.
Yes,
Lord. Hey. Yeah. What's poppin'?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Dan said big boys need love too. Yes, I hear you, Dan.
I can't.
I got you. All right. Everybody trying to be in a music video. Anyway, what's up, fellas?
Yo.
How y'all doing?
What's I guess we need to make sure our audio and everything's good since we were having some issues. Are we good? Are we good?
We good. We good. We good. We good.
Make sure we good.
Facts. We good.
Thank you. Yes, Mama D said my favorite people. What's up, Kyla? What's up? Okay, so for those who don't know, I think everybody that's on probably know who you guys are, but just in case, for those who don't know, let's go ahead and start with some introductions. PJ, I did my introduction. We're going to start with you, and then we're going to start with our guests, so go ahead.
Okay, absolutely. Well, my name is PJ, aka J Fields, aka your bartender's favorite bartender. All of that in a bag of chips, and yeah, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. That's it.
Yep, your lips ain't matching. I don't know what that's about. We're
You
going to pray for your
always
whole
got
situation. We're going to pray for your whole situation right
is
there.
this? What is this?
Your whole situation is messed up.
Here we
James,
go.
introduce yourself to the people, please.
What's going on? My name is James, and that is Jaims. You feel me? Rapper from Jersey, been rapping for a little minute, and yeah, in the Fredericksburg area, doing the showcase as well. So it's love. Feel me?
Awesome. And
So
Mr. Black is the brand. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I feel like my intro not cool enough. You know,
Go ahead,
I need some, your favorite neighborhood this. I need some of that. Got me rethinking my whole life right now. I need some different stuff. Anyway, listen, Aaron, Victor, I am excited to be here. As Miss PJ says, AKA Black is a brand, AKA V Ross. I mean, we got a few things we working on, but listen, we here to set the record straight, people.
Hello.
And just understand, if you feeling some kind of way, Shakara asked for this. That's all I'm saying. She asked for it.
What's
I'm here to
about to
learn.
happen?
I'm here to learn.
Look, if you have
Listen.
a relationship problems, you probably don't want to be in here. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think we have a good panel right here. I picked you guys for a reason. So, it's gonna be good. We go some of the questions are gonna be fun. Some of the questions is gonna step on some toes. I'm sure some of the answers probably gonna step on some toes. But
That part.
I'm here for it. So everybody put your seatbelts on and let's just go ahead on and
Strap in, baby. Let's go.
So let's the shirt is fire. Listen here. Yeah. Hey Vic. Oh, the shirt is fire. Donovan said your shirt is fire, Vic. So
Appreciate that.
first, my top question, because this is what I noticed, and I want y'all to answer. Anytime there seems to be like a discussion or a podcast or anything about relationships, the men tend to step back and get quiet, and then all you hear is the ladies, they in they rant, men don't do this, men don't do that, da 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 da, and the fellas just kind of they don't want to get in the conversation. They kind of just step back. I know every time we've had it, PJ kind of get in the conversation. He's not afraid, but everybody else would step back. Vic would not say anything the whole episode because he said he don't want to have that battle. But I just want to know, is it us? If it's us, say it's us. But it's all right. I want to know why y'all never want to have those conversations.
The guests can chime in first. Go ahead, brothers.
I'll go. Listen, I'm trying to behave, but since James wants to pause, fine. Let's go ahead and jump in.
Dad said because all we want to do is argue.
Now here's the thing. It is a very, very interesting and very intriguing thing I've noticed since I graduated from college. Is that if you do it in church, if you do it in the public, no matter wherever you do it, women usually want to talk about relationships. Now, here's the problem. Women usually want to talk about relationships from their perspective. Now, unless you're in a relationship by yourself, which, we got some self-love, we got to do that too, then you actually need to counter argument so you can gain some insight. Now, the other part that I've realized, I love you, my sisters, is that a lot of women don't have people to actually listen to even though they got girlfriends. So the moment you give a stage and a platform to say, we gonna talk about it, oh, I'm gonna process mine out too. Girl, I need you to hear this, and you don't understand this. And then you got a bunch of, I'm gonna top your trauma with my trauma. And he was good compared to this. So it's a lot of that foolishness going on, and people just feel like they just came out from a venting session with no resolution.
Mm.
This is a consistent issue that goes on and continues as people get older. And I'm just saying, ladies, if you really want to answer, don't dismiss it that we don't know your man. Just understand, I might not know a lot of things, but I've been a man my whole life. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
I think another, if I can add to that briefly, women oftentimes don't want to admit when they're wrong. You can have a whole conversation back and forth. You can tell the truth from your perspective, but a woman's still gonna stand by her point and defend it to the end. And that's the problem. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Well,
It's tight in here.
so let's play the devil's advocate. Let's play the other side of it though. So most of the time, the reason why men don't want to engage in these type of conversations is one, they probably don't know how to articulate their emotions and their feelings themselves. That's one. Two is because half the time they're probably doing exactly what the woman is talking about, so they don't want to get cat out the bag out here. No, we don't. They don't want that because that ego get hurt. I'm a man. He's a man. He's a man. But sometimes that ego get a little bit chirpy on the inside. But I will say though that this whole notion of happy wife, happy life thing that got to go. That got to go because now it seems like in order to move in the direction of positivity, we just have to let y'all have it. Nah, that ain't me, big dog. Can't do it. Mm-mm.
Hold on, PJ. Don't move. I saw what you did there, but we hold on. That was
Okay.
cute. The counter argument you tried to give, that was cute,
Okay.
and I like that. I
Okay.
like that cute counter argument. Here's to your counter. The counter to your counter
Okay.
is men actually have the language to express their emotions. It just don't sound like a woman, and because it don't sound like a woman, they don't
Mm.
validate it. Oh, that can't be what you mean. Or if we say something that's not perfect, then they jump on that small piece and it makes the man say, you know something, I don't have to argue to be heard. I'm gonna
Oh
sit back
my
and be
gosh.
cool. You keep that. That's on you. That's on you.
Yes.
Car, that's not right to you.
Huh? Huh? Out of the whole hour that we have talked together, you only point out the point 0.3 seconds and then make that a whole drawn out argument based off of that
Wait.
one little piece. Nah,
Maybe I need you
can't
to
do
keep
it.
these on the whole time tonight. Maybe I need to keep these on.
Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you. Put them hater
Listen,
blockers on, baby. Let's
I'm
look.
here.
Come on.
I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, they said nothing wrong yet, so I'm not gonna argue
Ooh.
for the sake of arguing. I'm here to learn. That's why I wanted to have this,
Okay.
so that the ladies don't take over the discussion, right? Whew. Okay. By the way, y'all, we got a good crowd in here. If you guys have questions for the fellas regarding relationships, go ahead and put it in the question box or type it in the comment section,
Please and
and
thank
we
you.
will answer them as we go through. So I sent you
Ponder.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
She
choosing my
pondering.
words carefully tonight. I'm choosing my words carefully tonight. I was thinking about what we can talk about in this evening, and I was just going through, just scrolling through the social medias and all these things, and I came across this thing that I did not know was a thing, but apparently it is a
Oh,
thing.
I know what you about to. Oh my God.
And apparently there's a new era going around. It's a
Nope.
soft guy. These fellas, and some of them is satire. I saw the ones where it's satire, but there are seriously some guys who want to be taken care of. They want to be at home cooking and washing the dishes and folding the clothes and taking care of the kids, and they want their woman out there making the money, doing the things. I'm a damn,
Mm.
and working hard, and it's a whole thing. Like, I was scrolling, I was like, no, this can't be real. This can't be. No, it's folks. It's guys serious. They are serious about their songs. Did you guys know that their songs called Soft Guy Era? I found that today. It's a whole thing. So who just said that? Oh my. Okay, let's go. All
What I
right.
say 3 days ago. Nope, can't do it. Mm-mm.
So
Look,
first, hold up. Make sure that we are respectful on this platform. Just say what you can say, but
Nope.
use intelligence. All right. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
okay. So, in my opinion, this era is a response. It's a response to the hot girl summer era,
Mm.
right? Where the hot girl summer is when women became, I don't want to say they became independent per se, but it's when they started to require men to bring a lot to the table without them doing anything. So the
Mm.
soft guy era
Mm.
is a response to say, oh, we not doing nothing either. So now what? What y'all bringing to the table? I think that it has dramatized, right? To the degree of now it's the songs and the this and the that. But I think the root of it is we are responding to talk. Yeah, my boy Dev got my back. That's what I'm talking about. It is a response to the women who have again created an environment where men feel as though they're not properly valued.
Mm.
Anybody else want to chime in on that?
I'm probably getting ready to turn this, and I think James is right. But let's take this a little bit deeper. I think the guy era is a symptom. I think it's a symptom, and when you look at this, you probably don't see this in other ethnic groups. You actually see this more so in the African American community. Now, why would you see this more in the African American community? It's because one of the reasons why black men and black women don't have the black love, excellence, harmony piece going forward is because we're comparing traumas.
Mm.
Is that you don't know
Mm.
what it's like to be a black man. You don't know what it's like to be a black woman. Well, I'm not going to hear you until you validate my black man, and I'm not going to hear you until you validate my black woman. So because we are comparing traumas and both are very traumatic, is that there is nobody actually listening that's there to be heard. Therefore, what we want to do is, well, if that's what you want to do, that's what I'm going to do too. And the problem with that, then nothing actually gets done. So then you got my sisters that are going to be frustrated that they watch the black man go to a white woman because the white woman, all she's trying to do is give him peace, and she sees this man as a
Ooh.
prize.
Here we go.
Now she sees
Here we go.
that's
Here
all
we
he
go.
wants is peace because it's hard enough being black. Now the black woman on the other end, she wants to be valued, but she don't.
Hmm.
But she's never been valued. And you look at what Malcolm X says that the black woman is the most disrespected, unprotected entity in the United States. That we not bringing that to the table because the black man say, "Hey, it's tough for me out here too. Suck it up. Let's go." So now
Ooh.
we're toxically trying to be involved with each other. It's why you see this happen. But if you go to the end of it, black dude that's with a white woman and a black woman that's out there alone, at the end of the day, they're going to say, ain't nothing better than being with my man. Ain't no thing better than being with my queen. But we can't get along because she can't hear me and I can't hear her because we get in too much pain to actually hear each other.
There,
That's
there.
good. That's good.
Ooh.
To expand on both of them points, like for me, when I first heard soft guy era, like James said, it was in response to soft girl era, where it's like women want to enter into this zone, as I call it, where they can be able to be valued. Because I think the soft girl era is them just wanting to be valued. That's all it is. But in that same vein, now you have men that want to be valued too by doing things, in my opinion, the way I was raised is not in a man's character at all. Like I don't want nobody taking care of me. I don't want nobody having to do everything in the household and then I'm just paying for all of it. Like that's not me. If it's me, everything is a balance. So the woman, she's gonna work, she's gonna cook, she's gonna clean, but at the same vein, I'm gonna do all of those things as well. So a soft guy era does not register with me whatsoever. And honestly, in my opinion, it sounds very happy. And I'm trying to be politically correct when I say y'all know what I mean when I say that. Because it sounds like men are trying to be petty. And that's another female trait I can't get with. In my opinion. That's just me though. But yeah, as
Petty is not a female trait. Y'all just as petty as we are, but continue.
I'll let that reside for right now. But in the same vein as what Aaron is saying, like It is people just trying to compare traumas. And it sounds like people just haven't had anybody to be able to talk to them correctly and hear what they have to say. So now it's like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Since y'all don't want to listen, here's what I'm gonna do. And now we've created errors on each side. So I mean, I don't know, unless somebody starts trying to hear somebody instead of just responding, just to respond, I don't think we're ever gonna get anywhere in that, trying to compare traumas with each other.
Yeah, it seems to be what a lot. Let me go back to because I'm gonna read some of these comments. Kyla says, it saddens me that we tend to lump all men and all women into one big category. I know so many great men and also great women, but because so much discord is circulating, they can't see one another. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Men and women speak different languages. You know what I'm saying? And to PJ's point, it really does take having clear conversation with each other and being patient. Matter of fact, we was in at Zion Church of Fredericksburg. It was a group of, it was me, the sound guy James Davis, Tank, and a few women that go to the church. We were just having a conversation, and Tank was talking about how he goes to the gym to basically relieve his stress. He doesn't really want to talk as much as he would rather just like work out to relieve that stress. And the women were saying, well, no, like your girl's gonna want you to talk about it, like talk, communicate. And he was saying, I feel that, but I'd rather go to the gym. So they were saying, the funny part was as we kept talking, they were kind of saying the same thing where he was saying, I'd rather be there to listen to you than to dump on you. And they were saying, well, we just want to connect with you. So they were just saying like these different sides of the same conversation almost. And the more we had the conversation, we started to realize that James was just, all he was saying was, I don't mind speaking, right? I don't mind communicating, but I want to go to the gym first. That's what I'm saying. And the woman was saying, I don't mind you going to the gym. I just need you to speak to me eventually. But it took us a 30-minute conversation,
Wow,
right, to get to that point. And if we're all patient with each other, we can get there way more often.
that's good. That's good.
I like that. That's good. All right. So there's no questions yet. Thank you for all you who are coming in. I've seen a lot of people come in. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And I'm seeing your responses. There's too many. I'm trying to scroll up, but y'all have been talking. So thank you. Continue to talk to each other in the comments. It's a lot. Some of y'all talking crazy, but I love that y'all talking. Either way.
Absolutely.
So there is, I don't know if you guys, I know PJ watches it, but there is a podcast, I guess you want to call it podcast. It's called Tonight's Conversation.
Yes,
Lord. And not only that, there tends to be a lot now. There's a lot of podcasts where it just seems to be male versus female. And I never see any type of solution, any type of, like, it's just always, well, the men do this and the women do that. Like it does that over and over. And it just seems to be, it's all it's about debates. How can men and women have real conversations and come to some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I like that word that Kyla used.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like, because to me, it just seems to be never ending. Like it never seems to be. I'll watch the whole podcast and I never see like at the end where everybody feels like they felt heard or they got their answers. It just seems to be a never ending thing.
If I could, to me, it just sounds like a lot of these podcasts are going to based on comparison. Again, going back to the original, not the original, but to the first point about comparing traumas and catapulting pretty much off of that foundation to go into any other conversation that you want to have. But the basis of all of it is trauma. So if we don't deal with that trauma in some way, shape, or form, and I think that's a little bit of the problem is how we deal with our trauma too. Because if we're dealing with it in an incorrect fashion, it's going to translate into everything else when it comes to that specific trauma. It's like, say for instance, Kobe. I just because y'all know I'm a hoop nerd. So Kobe, for example, everybody wants to compare him to Jordan. Granted, he pretty much modeled his game after Jordan, but he doesn't have the accomplishments that Jordan has. So let that be the trauma of the foundation that he stamped his career on right there. And now any person that tries to debate him about his career, guess what they're going to debate him on? That foundational piece, which was Jordan's career. I feel like that's the same thing that we're doing here. The women are going to always be going through something. Men are always going to be going through something. And at that point, we're not going to see anything past that wall, which is our trauma. So unless we can deal with the trauma first, which I'll leave it to y'all to kind of expound on how we can deal with that trauma. But if we can't deal with the trauma first, then how can we be able to help each other with our traumas?
I don't know. I feel like there has to be like an understanding. Like everybody's gone through different things in relationships, right? And your experience is different from mine. But I think that we have to listen to each other and understand why this person is who they are, why they react the way they do, why certain things trigger them. So like if I know that a certain TV show or something triggers you because of some kind of childhood thing, then I know not to play that TV show. But because it's my favorite and I don't care, I'm gonna do it anyway. It just, to me, it feels like no one's like trying to understand this is who this person is. This is how this person came to be. So let me understand who they are. It's more like you need to understand who I am. And I think that's the biggest problem. Like there's a lot of, I'm trying to find all my words. I'm not Aaron. I can't use all my big words.
You're doing great.
I'm trying to, but I just feel like there has to be a way that we can all just understand each other. I feel like that would help a lot rather than just trying to fight battles.
Right.
It's like,
True.
you know, there's that whole thing with the masculine energy and the feminine energy and all this kind of thing. Well, women acted too masculine. But how did we get to that point where we felt like we needed to be in that energy? You know, why now are the fellas feeling like they need to be in soft guy energy? Like there's a reason for it. It's a reason for everything. It's just we're not trying to listen to understand. And too much focus on the I's in a relationship as opposed to the we. Absolutely. Dev said, I would say therapy, but that really does work. Therapy works. Therapy is hard. I'll be honest. Therapy is hard work. But you got to go through it. Everyone is looking for a safe place to be heard. That is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Mama Denise. Yes. And I think that's the most important part, making sure that you have a safe space. Because if I don't feel like my words are safe with you, I won't talk to you. I won't.
That part.
I definitely will clam up. I know I will. If I feel like it's landing on deaf ears, I don't have anything to say to you. So I do believe a safe space is good. These little podcast debates is not safe. That's just venting sessions. So I had these questions that I have pulled up. Some of them are fun questions. Some of them not so fun. But I thought they would be great questions. So feel free to choose which ones you want to jump in and answer and which ones you don't. All right. And those in the audience, if you guys want to chime in on the questions, feel free to answer as well. Some of these are, some of the stuff that's happening in culture today. Yes, sir.
Can I jump in on that last point real quick?
Absolutely.
So Testimony Rich said it's not an I conversation, it's a we conversation, and I agree with that. I think that a lot of times, men and women, I'll say sometimes. You don't want to say a lot of the time, right? Sometimes men and women come into the conversation, and they're fighting each other,
Mm-hmm.
but it's understanding that we're on the same team and we're fighting the problem. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if we could shift our perspective to think that, okay, we have a disagreement here, but I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the fact you didn't take the dishes out. I mean, you didn't take the trash out, or you didn't do the dishes. You know what I mean? So if we could just have that conversation and then figure out the best way to accomplish the problem, we could have a lot more solutions and agreement in relationship.
James, I was gonna let it go.
Uh-oh.
Since you didn't let it go.
Uh-oh.
Since you didn't let it go, then I'm gonna go ahead and have to get at it though. So here's and I think
Wait, can I put my seatbelt on first? Hold on.
everybody has been talking around, I think, a fundamental issue that most people, I believe, intellectually misunderstand. There is a difference between agreement and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And on most of the platforms where you see people having a conversation, they're having conversations for people to agree with them, yet understand. If we make it biblical, and all thy getting, get an understanding, doesn't mean that I agree. So if I understand where you're coming from, I then will communicate to you that I hear you and you feel seen and heard. But the moment that you're trying to get me to shift to your side of the table, now we gonna fight. And most of those conversations want people to agree as opposed to understand. I don't have to agree with you to understand you to then be in harmony with you. And the moment that people intellectually understand that more, you will watch people lower their defenses, because me understanding you doesn't mean that I'm not valid and my perspective isn't good. That's the biggest fear, is that if I understand you, you won't understand me, and I'll get nothing moving forward. That's our issue that we've been talking about. Understanding versus agreement.
That's good.
If I could add to that too, to both of those points, I think two things just came out of what both of you guys said, and that it sounds like a lot of these platforms, it's, to me, this is just my opinion, there's a lot of having sympathy versus having empathy, which in my opinion, empathy leads to understanding, while sympathy gives me the groundwork in my mind to use my trauma to fix whatever's going on with you. And I think that is an issue as well, is that people think they can fix other people by just telling them what they went through and what they can do to fix themselves based off of what I have been through.
Yeah.
That's not empathy to me. If I have empathy, then one, I can understand where you're coming from. Two, I can be able to articulate what I'm understanding, because I've put it like customer service when we having those are the call center jobs, for example. In order for us to be able to say we understood what the problem was, to be able to create a solution, we had to repeat what the problem was to the customer for them to say, okay, yes, that's exactly what it is. You understand, what is my solution? And based off of whatever knowledge we've accrued at that point, we can be able to create a solution for that person. But we're not walking in empathy. We're walking in trying to fix your problem with my problem. And hurt people can't help hurt people. Lord, it's quiet.
Shakara got her questions. I'm gonna leave it alone.
I know, right? We good.
No, I was like, seriously, I'm learning a lot. I low key thought I was gonna be saying a lot of stuff, but I'm quiet today, surprisingly.
We're growing
I'm
together.
learning a lot. Growing together. Okay, so like I said, some of these questions are fun. Some of these questions not so fun. But it's okay. And so we learn, right? So we learn. Okay, so the questions I got, just in case you guys want to know, I love like card games and trivia type games and stuff like that. So this one comes from tonight's conversation. Some of the cards comes from relationship debates. Some of them come from relationship discussions. Okay.
Right.
So let's try. Let's go with the this is a true or false question. A man change his toxic behaviors, but only for the right woman? True or false?
True.
Defend your answer.
No, that's true. That is 1,000% true. Now, here's the issue. Most women think that they're that one.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Say it one more time. I'm not even offended. Say it one more time.
So most men will change their toxic behavior for the woman. The problem is they think that they're the woman, and he's only going to change it for one woman. And when you sitting around trying to fixate yourself, trying to squeeze into this image or this behavior that you believe that he wants because you're hoping that he's going to change that for you, is that you are delusional. And what happens is that he will waste your time, leave you spinning in what I call emotional purgatory. And as soon as he finds the one that he's willing to make the change for, you heartbroken because he made it happen for her quick and he was spinning you for years.
Woo!
Mm.
Well, look at the time. I got this.
To God be the glory. To God.
I'm gonna have to say ouch on that one because I have been there. Ouch!
Mm. Mm.
Okay, I got my feelings hurt. Ah! Mm. Whew. Anybody else want to chime in on that before I go to the
Don't
next
get,
I'm
don't
good.
get
I am good.
I
good.
think he feels
Yeah.
that, right? I
Yeah,
think I
Hit the gavel on that one. We good. What,
I'm scared to go through these
what
now.
Anthony Anderson say? Keep it moving. Ain't nothing to see here.
Woo! All right. Okay. So this is for the single men. Well, I mean, Aaron, you can answer, but you married. So there's this new thing going on now where I guess the ladies are getting fed up or whatever, and they are now deciding to take it upon themselves to propose to their fellas. I want to know from the men how y'all feel, how y'all truly feel about that. The question is, would you ever accept a proposal from a woman? Why or why not? And have at it.
That was soft guy era before soft guy era was a thing. First and foremost. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Nope.
Aaron with the shades, though.
No.
You know.
No.
Nah.
No.
My woman will never feel that she needs to do that. You know what I mean? I think that I don't even know how I want to say this. I think that
Say it how you feel.
that's just like you in a situation where the man is struggling to commit, so you feel like, well, then I'll do it. But that's just not the solution. I think, and again, this is just what I've seen, right? The situations I've seen, they've been dating for 9 years, dating for 10 years, whatever. And the woman's like, well, I'll just propose to him because I love him and I know that he wants to marry me eventually, but maybe he doesn't have the money. I don't know. I think that, again, in my opinion, that is something, at least for myself, that I want to lead, right? I want to lead us into marriage. I want to lead us into the life that we're going to have. And I don't think that's the way that I would want to go about it for my relationship, my marriage. You feel me? But again, I get it. I just don't agree with it for me. You know what I mean?
Nah. And I think what
Hurry up,
let me go
TJ,
back.
because I know Aaron is stewing and I'm ready.
I know. Hey, look, all I'm saying is what free podcast? Yeah, free podcast. He said, I think that answer is actually super underrated. This is a generational turn that is occurring. Because all generations before me, you don't hear about stuff like this happening. Ever. Like 99.9% of the time, you're not hearing something like this happen. And if we could expand on what James was saying, then at that point, I believe that you're not walking in the royalty that you are if you allow your woman to do that to you. Because no king would ask a woman I mean, no queen would ask a king to make no, like that doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it's wrong, it just doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Come
No, this
on.
dude is crazy. Yeah,
Strap in. Strap in. Let's go.
Okay, let's put some context to this. Let me cape a bit for a second. All right. Especially in the African American community, we have this epidemic that has started from the BMF, the crack era, the 80s, the gang, the Bloods, the Crips, that whole piece. So you talk about, you know, late 70s into the 80s, into the 90s, what happened in our community when they created the opportunity now for everything three strikes and you get life and all these things here. We got people that we have our men that are incarcerated. We have our men that have been killed in the streets, and now we have this sexual fluidity. Let me say it that way. So now when you add these factors into it, and also you also have parents or people having less children now, you take those
Mm,
three factors, it's less of a population of men, and people are actually having less kids. There's a less population. What's going to happen to you is that the tables have shifted and we didn't pay attention.
Mm.
How did the table shift? Is that because there was either equal or always more, it's always going to be more women than men,
mhm,
is that the women were the prize. The women were the prize. Dude would become unhinged. The competition that you see in the old movies, I'm going to figure this out. I got to get her first. We see the stuff, in the movies like the notebooks. I got to go get her. I'm going to stay there the whole time and make this happen. Like all those
mhm.
things happen. But if you shift the tables right now, and I tell women, and I tell us all the time, why would I have to deal with you and your difficulty when I got access to a bunch of other ones that ain't gonna be that difficult? Even if I stay in the same ethnic group, I ain't gotta go white because the numbers don't support you being the prize right now. Even though I believe that the black woman is the prize. Let me make sure. Hey, my sisters, I love y'all. I
Mm.
don't think anything is better on the planet than a black woman. Let me be fantastically, explicitly clear on that. But now, when you got men who can articulate and be able to see, like, wait a minute, I actually wasn't that fly in high school. I wasn't that fly on my job. I wasn't that fly in church, but I'm getting this fly attention. Some girl, please, child. I got options. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna make this other stuff happen. I don't have to deal with that. So when we look at how the population has shifted, you also look at a generation that's not as patient,
Mm.
right? If we talk about patience in the previous generation, love how PJ said it. If we just simply look at the Montgomery bus boycott in the civil rights era, it lasted 381 days. How many of us are going to be consistent to do something over a year every day that costs you sacrifice?
Mm,
I'll wait.
mm,
So
mm,
since we don't want to be that
mm,
dedicated to our fitness, our career, our craft, what makes us think we're going to be that dedicated to a relationship that we don't have a commitment in? When
mm,
I got options. And so that's part of the problem where the women see that they got fewer options. The men feel like they got all the options. And guess what? I do what I want to, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and I'm gonna take my time to get it done. I'm gonna say that. Now, James said something that I gotta address. This, ladies, please, I hope y'all please turn your screens up on this
Oh.
one. Turn your screens up, ladies, on this one here. James said something that I gotta put this to bed. I'm going to say this clear. If a man tells you that he's not willing to commit to you because his money ain't right, he don't want you. It's a smokescreen and it's an excuse. Because if the man got the right one, he know that we gonna build together. She was with me when I was in the gym shooting when nobody else was around, and let's keep it pushing. Ladies, hear me clearly. And you're
huh.
gonna say,
Lord
my man ain't
have
like
mercy.
that. He really on his grind. He really trying to do it. If a man says, girl, I would do it if we got our money and once my money together. If he says that to you, run. Cause he ain't never gonna commit to you.
Gotta go.
Ever.
You better call that woman Jimmy Neutron. Gotta go. Hey, look.
Run.
Run, Forrest, run! Like what?
Oh,
Nah, we out of here.
fact, fact,
Mm.
fact.
You got three men telling you, ladies, hey, if that man wants you, there ain't gonna be nothing
Ain't
that will
nothing.
separate. No,
Nothing.
but
Listen,
nothing at
he
all.
listen. Here's what he gonna do. He gonna sell you on the fact, like, baby, I'm on my way up. Listen, here's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
Like, what's a better thing for us to do this together? You ain't never got a question. I ain't never got a question why you with me because you was with me when I didn't have nothing, and that's the reason why I want to be with you. And so, listen, together, we're a force together. Come back, baby, let's be this force. I'm incomplete without you, and so if we can do this together. We can go make this happen as opposed to, girl, I really like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm really feeling you. I think we got a chance to do something together, but just not right now. I'm trying to get myself together. I need to get my money right. I got a couple things I'm grinding on. Until I get that together, I don't want to put you through that. You know what I'm saying? I saw my dad do that. I saw my mom struggle. You can give me all the story you want to. I'm trying to be nice because I'm getting amped up. Just ladies run, please. Run.
That sounds
Gotta
real
go.
familiar.
Mm,
That sounds real
Don't
familiar.
it?
gotta go.
Woo, that script sound real familiar.
Crazy.
Oh, ah.
Mm.
It's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Man.
Whew.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Hey, I told Shakara you fooling around. This is one of my favorite topics. You
Man.
fool around and turned me
Yeah.
loose on this one.
Here we go.
Listen. He asked.
Yeah.
He said, can I cut loose? I said, do
Mm-hmm.
you, sir? Do you?
Are you in?
All right, let me see. What's the next question I want to ask? Well, we kind of already touched on that one, so I'm not going to ask that one. Okay. We hear about power couples all the time. And in social media, everybody's always idolizing the couples, the Will and Jadas, the Beyonce and the Jay-Z's, the power couples, right? So the question is, what is your definition of a power couple? And is that the type of relationship you desire?
I think that I don't know, in the context of what you just said, like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Will and Jada, that doesn't
No,
exist.
your definition, darling.
Well, I was gonna get to. I was gonna get to.
Okay, my bad. I'll be quiet.
Now you good, you good. But it's just that doesn't exist. Like in the examples that we see with like the Will and Jada, the Jay-Z, Beyonce, it's no offense to any of them. They're all phenomenal in their craft. They all have like those are unsuccessful relationships. You know, things come out. They've been cheating. Things have happened. You feel me? So it's my definition of what I would desire for that to be in my life is just two people who are committed to like the journey together. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna work at this, like what Aaron was talking about. We're gonna work on this together. We're gonna figure it out together. You're gonna do your part, I'm gonna do my part. That's our power. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna pray and we're gonna get it done. I think if you have two people who are committed to the journey in that way, then that's all the power you need. It doesn't have to be anything on social media. It doesn't have to be anything that you prove to others. It just has to be something that two people come into agreement or come into an understanding, however you want to word that, however you want to look at it, and we can go from there and build a life together that's beautiful by our own regard. So,
Yes. I mean, if you're talking about a power couple, if you want to give a definition for it or what is an example of that, I feel like it has to be something that's tangible, not something that you have not seen firsthand yourself. And for me, that power couple is my parents, because that's tangible. And I've seen what it looks like for at least 35 out of the 37 years that they've been married. That's tangible. If you want to put a celebrity on what I think a power couple would be, it would be LeBron and Savannah James.
Why? You don't
You,
live in their house. You don't know what they're doing.
but and nobody else does either. That's the point. I mean, at that point, it's like I don't. What goes wrong? They got three kids that are succeeding in everything that they want to do. Like I just want my family to be successful. That's a power couple to me. If you want me to say what is my definition, the whole family is successful in everything that they are touching, and that doesn't mean I got to make millions of dollars. It just am I having an impact on anything that I'm doing? Am I able to invest if that's what you want to do? If am I able to buy the big house? Whatever you want to touch, are you successful in that thing? And if it's my family that I'm touching, I better have a successful family that is running right with me, not behind me, but with me. Because I do believe in the woman should be riding right beside you, not behind you. I don't believe in that. So
So power couple. I think the power couple really is a space. I think it's two factors for me. And I think if you see it in healthy relationships, talking to folks that have been married multiple years and seeing that is that one, there's no competition between the two of them.
I
Mm,
like
big
that.
facts.
No
Big
that's
facts.
competition
good.
between the two of them.
That's good.
They actually complement and edify each other in the space in which is necessary. In this season, you watch this. Like I'm reading the memoir of Coretta Scott King.
Mm,
Most people don't talk about Coretta Scott King. Like the reason we get that day off in January is because she did it long after he was gone.
Mm.
But if you look at when she met Dr. King, she had her own aspirations.
right.
And she had her own aspirations to be able to go get something done in singing and never going back down south. And he wanted to do some other stuff. And she almost didn't fool with him because she's like, nah, I want to do my own thing. When she then believed that her purpose was connected to his purpose, then she was willing to play her role, whatever role that was. Right?
That's good.
So I
Yeah.
think there's no competition between the two. You look at some people now that they've been very public about what they said. When you look at Sarah Jakes Roberts and Teray Roberts, I actually love what I watch in that relationship. This man loves that woman, and he finds a way to send her in every direction possible and not to kill her shine. Now, how is that? How do you see that? This man's a pastor too. He actually can preach too,
Hmm.
but who getting all the attention? His wife, and he loves it. And he supports her. He don't care. There's no competition, but you watch her edification of him because she understands that she is who she is because he is who he is. So
Right.
there's no competition. Yep, I see what you did there. The Obamas, they talk about it separately in their books. Michelle was like very clear. No, I'm not fooling with this. You can go run that president foolishness if you want to. I'm not doing it. But because their purpose was connected together, dude, I got you.
Yep.
And he's made an intentional effort in his other stuff to like back off. I gave the world my life for basically 12 years.
Right.
Let me give my wife and my family my life and
Yep.
not being selfish and saying, I got to go do this and keep
Yep.
pushing and making that happen. The
Real.
other part I think what makes a power couple is we need to change. And I know I got music people on here, and I would highly encourage you to begin to start changing your thinking and your wording on this. Power couples that make things happen, for what I've seen, they don't compete, but they also live in harmony, not balance. There's a difference between harmony and balance. If I'm balancing on one leg, that means I'm putting additional stress in one place.
Right.
That as long as that is strong enough and it does not fatigue, I won't have any stress in another place. But what happens when you're balancing, that means somebody's carrying the stress. Somebody's carrying the brunt. And at some point, if I'm carrying too much of the brunt, I'm then going to look inward to myself. Competition starts happening. And if you don't see me and don't see that I'm balancing the stress that I'm under, I don't want to fool with you like that. Or I'm going to go find somebody that wants to fool with me like that. As opposed to harmony will take two things together, three things that are separate together, and make a beautiful melody or a beautiful chord that normally would not go together.
Right.
So it's more concerned about the music that it makes versus the perspective or the individual part being what it is. It can be a resolving of a note. It could be a half note. It could be a third. You put those joints together. Oh, it's nothing more beautiful than harmony. And they have a way to find a way to live in harmony because they're not competing, because they're finding to take these pieces together, become one, and let it make beautiful music, regardless of which note people listen to more. We know in choir music, the most cool note most of the time is the alto note.
Yeah.
It's
Come
cool.
on. I knew I liked you.
The alto note is the coolest note. And
Come on.
if you teaching it, you be like, hey, sopranos, get off that note. Go on, stay on your note. You tenor second sing, you stay down there. The altos got that part. If you listen to 80s and 90s gospels, the altos got the coolest note. The problem is people want to be altos when they need to be the sopranos and the tenors. Live in
Mm.
That's
harmony
good.
and stop competing so we don't keep clashing
Hmm.
and got people saying, oh, y'all didn't rehearse today. Oh, y'all didn't rehearse this week. Or God's not in that.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
I like
Facts.
that quote right
Yep.
there. I
Facts.
Oh, you
like that.
rehearsed this week. That's great.
Facts. That's big
Yeah,
facts.
that's
Yeah.
good.
I like that. I like that analogy. That was very nice. That was very nice. Um, let me see. We're not gonna get through all these questions, so I'm just trying to see where I want to go now.
True.
Where you get that shirt from, bro? Aaron.
Oh, it's a company called One Knit.
One Knit.
One neck, got it.
It's on fire.
I appreciate
Yes, Lord.
that. Appreciate that.
Let me see.
PJ got the grills in today. It's crazy.
Let's not. Let's not.
I like them, bro. I like them.
James like it. Yeah.
Hey, look. Hey, I'm a Floridian now, so I'm like, I gotta get with it.
Real talk.
I promise I won't wear them when I come back in May. I promise I won't wear them. Just for you, Shakar.
Do you, boo? I just want to like them. That's all.
Yeah.
But do you? I'm trying to see what I want to. Where was the fun? I had some fun ones. I thought I had some fun ones.
We can keep it serious. It's all great.
We need to lighten it up a little bit. For me, I need to breathe just a little bit.
Hey.
All right. Let me see. Oh, okay, this is fun. I like this question. So, are y'all ready?
Yeah, let's get into it.
A woman refuses to dance with her date at a club. Later, she spots him on the dance floor with another woman. She gets upset and leaves. Who, in this situation, is wrong? And explain your answer.
No, read that again. I think that's
Okay.
I think I got some foolery for that one. Read that
All
again.
right, you ready? Okay. A woman refuses to dance with her date at a club.
Mm-hmm.
Later, she spots him on the dance floor with another woman. She gets upset and she leaves. Who is wrong in this situation? And explain your answer. Don't all go at one time.
I mean, it's hard to say because I don't really do the club like that anymore. But
Answer the question.
I can't really say who be wrong because it depends on the communication that happened before.
I
Like,
get some.
I mean, for me, it's
Go
kind
ahead,
of like, my bad. I mean, no, go ahead, Shakar. You might have some context.
No. I'm reading the content. It's split in the. I hear some she wrongs and some he wrongs. It's split in the comment section. Go ahead.
Like when I was younger, I won't say young. When I was younger, and I was going to the club and the parties and everything like that, I made sure if I had a woman, she understood before we got to the club. Hey, I like to dance. If you find a man that you attracted to and want to dance with him, then that's perfectly fine. Do you?
But y'all
I'm
together
good.
though. Like that's your date though.
That's fine. I don't care. Because I've never been that type. You do what you want. I'm good. But just know there's a line that can't be crossed. So when we start seeing a do the humpty hump and all that other foolishness, then we good. But like for instance, in Hispanic culture, salsa, merengue, bachata, all of that, we will dance with anybody.
PJ, answer the freaking question.
I don't.
What are you talking about? Just answer the question. Who wrong? Is she wrong? Is he wrong? Answer the question, man. Don't go
Negro.
over the river and through the woods to answer this question.
Well, I'm already at grandmama's house, so I'm saying neither. How about that? Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Anybody else want to chime in? PJ,
I think
he irking me right now.
Talk about over the river through the woods.
they're both wrong. They're both wrong. The man was wrong first because in response to the woman, this is date. I mean, I'm assuming I invited you out. We came together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the man was wrong first because if Shorty don't want to dance, that doesn't mean find another girl. You know, if this is the girl you brought here, she's not here unless she came with you. So your responsibility is to the woman you brought to the situation. So that's why I think that he was wrong first, but she was also wrong for leaving without saying anything. Like, Shorty, we adults. If you have a problem, then you should express why you have an issue with what just happened before you just find your own ride home.
Right.
That's my thought.
I respect
Thank you, Cedric.
that answer.
Thank you, Cedric. Appreciate you.
What Cedric say?
Neither. Like I said.
Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron.
I guess I'm struggling with the question, right?
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
be-
okay.
Because what was meant to be, I think, fun turns into why it's not as fun of a question anymore. Because somebody has to be wrong, right?
Right.
Who wants to be wrong? Who wants to be at fault? So now we're going, so who's at fault? Who was wrong? Who was supposed to do this? And that's, again, part of the issue we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Now, again, all of what the question gave us, my man wanted to dance, or girl didn't give a reason. It could have been a long day. Her feet could have hurt. She could have been tired. We don't know. My man did express, I want to dance with you, though.
Right.
Let's not miss it. I want to dance with you.
Mhm.
Now, in that space, if we put extra stuff into it, because I don't know, but based on the question, did my man go back and say, I really want to dance, but if you cool, do you mind if I go dance? So the fact that the question goes, hey, he sees sees him dancing with somebody else, leads me to believe that there was no communication, that this was a desire of his, that he specifically wanted the experience with her. So because he did not explicitly communicate that, and it seems like it was a shock to her, now I'm with James. Hold on. Let's have a conversation as opposed to let me figure out and understand this later. So if we go to, I would label this, there's a miscommunication. And based on the miscommunication, anytime there's a miscommunication, there's usually an expectation that has been solidified on either side that has not been communicated, which resolves and shows up in frustration. Frustration is always non-communicated expectations that we saying you were supposed to know that. But if I'm explicit, say, girl, I want to have this experience with you, and you keep telling me no, at some point I'm gonna have this experience with somebody.
I got a quick question. Hey, Aaron, who said something about communication in their answer
You're not
earlier?
getting me in that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
Huh?
that. You're not gonna do that.
TJ,
Yo.
first of all, it's not in your answer. It's how you answered it. You got to give a dissertation before you can give me a yes or no, and we're not here for that. We are on a time crunch, sir.
No, hold tight.
This is my show. Nope, you hold tight.
Because the first 0.5 seconds, I did say communication, did I not?
Anyways, next question.
I'm
This
not
is
fooling
my
myself.
show.
You're not getting me in that, PJ. No, sir.
This is my show. I'm
It's
the
okay.
host.
We'll watch the playback later. We'll watch the playback later.
Anywho, everybody's still coming in.
What's up,
We have
y'all?
to wrap this up.
What's going on?
Thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you for answering the questions and joining in the conversation. I love the responses that I have been seeing. You guys have been great. Thank you so much to our guests that have been on here. You guys, I want to do a part 2.
Yeah, we got to.
Because I've learned so much, and I don't have these opportunities. Like I said, it's always the ladies just take over, and so I never get to hear a gentleman's perspective. So this helps me a lot. Aaron just, ouch. Aaron.
You was talking.
I think Aaron needs to be my relationship therapist. So.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to Aaron like, Aaron, so what did it mean when he said,
Look, I'm just saying.
And I'm telling all the secrets.
All right, so here's another maybe fun question. We'll see. All right, so a woman musters up the courage to ask her crush on a date. He accepts, and when the check comes, he gives it to her. She's offended. Who's wrong? Explain your answer.
You asked me out. I was chilling. I be at home right now. I be at the crib playing 2K. We out because you wanted to. All right, best. Take me out then. What's up? You feel me? That's that's my
I'm
thing.
gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with James on this
I'll keep
one
it up
because
Ah,
100.
yeah, if you ask me out, it
first
ain't
of
like I
all,
don't got it. It ain't like I don't got it. But you ask me out.
Bro, I'm just saying. Look.
look at you. You got fireworks going on.
I'm just saying.
Eh, can I chime in? I ain't chimed in all day. Can I chime
You
in?
go for it,
Go
please,
ahead, baby. Go
please.
ahead, man.
Um, first of all, I would never. But if I did ask somebody out, I wouldn't be mad at it. One, me and PJ go out just to hang out. We go to hang out for stuff. I would buy tickets to a concert and I say, PJ, come with me to this concert. I already bought the tickets. PJ coming to enjoy. Like that's not a thing for me. The who paid, you got to pay. That person got to pay. Like to me, I think that's a old standard. That's just. I mean, it's nice if you want to, okay.
Right.
But guess what? I can pay too. So I don't have a problem with it. So I feel like because she initiated, is she wanted to go on the date, I wouldn't be upset with it. I wouldn't be offended. Now, depending on how he do it,
Right.
might
I'll say this. I'll
might
say this.
strike a chord with me.
I would say
Hmm.
if you whoever idea was for the date, you should be prepared to cover the date. You shouldn't pull up there just expecting that the other person gonna
Expecting.
pay. Exactly. So you should be prepared to cover it. Now, as the man, if let's say I had an interest in this woman, she approached me before I approached her, then I might go ahead and pay for it because I want to leave a good impression. I want to make sure she knows that I'm tapped in. But if you just ask me on a date and I was available and I'm not as interested, then I'm here because you feel me? Because you invited
Going
me.
on dates that you're not interested in, though.
Look, that's not the question.
Car, hold on.
Here we go.
Women do that. Now, let me be clear. Women do that all the time.
Come on.
That they go out on dates with dudes that they know nothing gonna happen. Now, I'm not saying that a man's supposed to do
Right.
that, but I'm just going, hold on. If we're gonna be consistent with the principle,
Okay.
don't come at James on that one. Now,
I'll be quiet.
that's all I'm saying. That's all
Mm-hmm.
that's
You're
all I'm
right
saying.
about it. You're right about it.
Okay.
I mean, what?
So I think James, you landed on something good though that I think people miss. And Freed, for the record, the fact that you use reckon, yes, you are old fashioned. I'm not mad at that. Freed is
Boy.
my man.
I
Freed is,
reckon I'm
yeah.
super old
Listen,
fashioned.
Freed is my man. 100 grand, just so y'all know. That's my dude. But here's we go. I think James said something. If she got a crush on me, or got a crush in that scenario, got a crush on James, and James like, yo, I've been feeling her too. I just haven't done anything. Then he gonna try to make the impression. Like he gonna try to make sure, like, hey, let's get to the next one. Let's make sure we have happen.
Right.
Now, here's the other thing that I notice when women approach a man first. They try to get to the chase fast. So if you approach the man, maybe we just exchange numbers and see how it goes. And maybe after we exchange the numbers and we having a conversation, that ain't actually ain't what you want to do neither. He ain't what you thought he was. But instead of figuring that piece out, we trying to get straight to the punchline. It's like, hold on, let's let this thing grow, let this develop, let's see what's up. Because if James is feeling you in that scenario, then James gonna make sure he take care of you.
Hmm.
Now, I am a bit old school as well. I'm never going to agree to go out with somebody that I'm not willing to pay for. It's just I'm not. Just it's never been me, even in my most brokest lint pocket stages. They'll be like, "Hey man, you coming out?" Like, nah, hey, I would really love to, but
Mm-mm.
I ain't got nothing. Like, I just, hey, girl, we gonna have to have a different kind of night. Let's go walk in the park.
Right.
Let's go watch the sunset. But we can't go to no restaurant. I ain't got that. Ain't got that. So I think those are the pieces we got to look at, because here's the other part. It's a book. Let me read this quote. 'Cause I want to make sure that I get this right, because I think some people will benefit. There's a book called Wild at Heart, and it really talks about men, and it really talks about that process of what men need to feel alive. And so
Right.
I'm not mad at a woman shooting a shot. Please understand, I'm not a mad, but you got to find the nuance, because it says that deep inside of every man's heart longs for a battle to fight, an adventure to live, and a beauty to rescue.
Mm.
Right.
So when the woman shoots her shot, she's taking away one of them elements from him,
See?
Right.
unless she's very subtle to like, hey, I know, hey, let's exchange information and see if she's the beauty to rescue. But the moment that a woman shoots her shot, she wants to be the beauty he rescues, and he like, I'm not rescuing you, but since we here, I'm gonna let you get that check. So don't be offended. That's all I'm saying. Wait to find out if you the beauty to rescue.
That's good.
I don't shoot.
That sounds right.
I don't feel the energy. It's not. Nope. That was great. Oh my gosh, this has been an awesome episode. You guys have been great. You guys answered everything. Y'all pulled no punches, and I love it. I definitely would love to have another part 2. If you guys would like to have a part 2, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna borrow from Mr. Black is Brand. Put a 2 in the chat.
Put 2 in the chat.
If you would like part 2. If you would like to see a part 2, let me get a 2 in the chat. This was great. So great. Thank you guys so much for being open and honest, and just, this has been an eye-opener for me. Ladies, I hope this was an eye-opener for you, because we don't normally get to get these type of conversations. I see the twos.
Hey.
Awesome. So we definitely gonna have to make that happen. Any closing remarks that anyone
Actually,
would like to say?
I got a closing question for you, actually, Shakar. So
For me?
I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea, right, for the next episode. So let's do a giveaway. Can we do a giveaway?
What are we giving away, darling?
I say we'll do it like this, because the crowd they gotta do something for us to be able to give away something. You feel me? So we'll say this: whenever episode 2 drops or part 2 drops, and y'all, Shakar don't know I'm about to do this. I'm just flying off a whim here, but I got it, so I can go ahead and give it out. For the person who taps into part 2, if you bring at least 5 people with you and they stay throughout the entire episode, we're gonna give away $50. We're gonna give away $50.
You giving away $50?
I'm gonna give away $50 straight up. I know. Hey, some people that's like small money, but hey, I can give that away. Yeah. So whoever, 5 people.
I'll match your 50, PJ.
Say what?
I'll match your 50.
I need $100.
100.
I'll match your 50, PJ.
Hey, that's $100. All you gotta do is have 5 people with you throughout the entire episode, and we will have somebody on the outside.
The whole episode.
Yep. And we're going to have somebody on the outside that's not in here that will pay attention to who that person is, so we can go ahead and cash out that thing, and you're going to be right.
Dan said he got $2 on it. He got $2 on it.
102. Let's get into it. So, yeah, we're going to do a giveaway for part 2.
All right. Thank you guys so much for this amazing episode, men's edition, talking about relationships. It was great. I'm definitely going to go back and watch some stuff and take some notes and things. Stay tuned next week. Next week, we will have my bro, Mr. Trey Jones.
Yes, Lord.
So we're going to catch up with him. He's been doing some amazing things in music. So super proud of him. So make sure you guys tune in. Have a wonderful weekend. Love you guys. I know I'm going to see y'all guys next week. Why, PJ?
Because y'all ain't got nothing else to do.
Go. Good night.